Hello fish fools, Jeff here. So here's my 29-gallon Sailfin, Molly, and Swordtail community tank. It's been a while since I've showed this tank. It's really been a while since I've been showing any of my tanks. But I thought I would show this now today because I saw something new, and in the fish keeping hobby it's always cool to find something new. And what's new is that right there. You can see that above the water. That is a clutch of mystery snail eggs. So that's the first time I've had mystery snail eggs, and I wasn't expecting to see them. So what I have learned from others who watching other videos about mystery snails in there and propagating them, they lay their eggs above the water, and so I let the water line drop quite a bit, not intentionally, but just like I mentioned in a recent video when I showed my 30-gallon planted library community tank, where I showed that with the water line had dropped, and I showed how the water sprite was growing up above the water line, where I had a couple inches from the water line to the surface. But yeah, so here is at least a couple inches there, and the mystery snails decided to lay some eggs up there. So like when I first set up this tank, I had maybe, of 29 gallons, I had maybe only 20 gallons of water in it, purposely so there could be less water for the medication, so I could do a smaller dose of medications. But you know, I've since filled up the water all the way, but just being as busy as I have been this past month, I haven't kept up with water changes, and the water evaporated some. But it's cool to see these mystery snail eggs, and it was more of a surprise to find them because I don't have many. I think I only have a couple mystery snails left. Some of my other ones died. Like these are empty shells from dead mystery snails, so this one right here must be the one who had them. I think there's another one right behind that jungle pod thing. Might be another, whether that's an empty shell or a living mystery snail in there, I'm not sure. But what I was hoping for a while back, I got some Malaysian trumpet snails, and I really wanted to get a population of those going. But one thing about those kind of snails, when you have a lot of snails, like pest snails, or bladder snails, Malaysian trumpet snails, or like these kind of snails right there, when you have a lot of those, it's a sign of overfeeding. But lately I have been underfeeding. There have been days where I don't feed my fish, as busy as I've been lately. But yeah, so not much population growth with the snails, but that'll be cool to see some mystery snails if they hatch out and grow. I haven't really looked up any care of them. I guess I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and if they hatch out and grow, great. Or supposed to like scoop them out and do something else with them to try to intervene and help. I have no plans of doing that, so we'll just let it, what happens happen. And so I did also notice a swordtail youngster. I had seen it a couple times hanging out in this area, hiding in between the rocks, so looks like it's now just big enough to not get eaten. Maybe it could, but I mean it's noticeably grown from like what would be newborn size, so it seems to have made it to this point, but it's just the only one that I noticed. And okay, look at that back there. There's a shrimp right in the back. But I've been wanting to get a shrimp population going in here, but you know, every so often I'll see a few of them from. I haven't noticed any population growth or babies. And this is one of the Sailfin mollies that were born in this tank. There's still only 2 that have survived. That's one of the original 2, or from the 2 from the original batch. I mean, I'm sure they've been having babies, but none are surviving. And like, they don't grow very fast either. They're still remain rather small for how old they are. Like compared to, there's one swordtail that was born in here that has grown, and it's was born later, and it's much bigger. This one right here, that was born in this tank, that was one of the only one that has grown up. And so this Anubius has grown a few more leaves since the last time I've showed it. The Aponigeton albaceus has kind of regressed. The dwarf sedge has pretty much stayed the same, and all that, all those baby tears that I had are gone. So there's the other molly right there that was born in here. Yeah, so I had that. My plan of having like a bush of pearlweed, and not pearlweed, baby tears here, that was a fail, but now I'll stick to what was going to be the original plan of getting pearlweed. So I'm going to try that in here at some point. But yeah. Alright. And there's a Roseanne shark looking awesome. Alright. Well, that's it for now. And remember, I'm Jeff, and I enjoy fishies. Thanks for watching.